Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayla Janae, also known as Janae Joy here on YouTube, and we are back with another YouTube video. So I have not done a reading wrap-up video since April, and today is July 28th. We're doing a recent reads wrap-up. It is 3 months recent. It is for this video. So I have a note, something in my notes, because I can't do anything without writing it in my notes first. All the books and just little comments that I want to say. Since that video I have read 12 books. So I gathered everything. These are the physical copies that I have of what I read. 3 of them were library books, and then 3 of them I read on Kindle Unlimited. I got a Kindle Unlimited subscription and I read on my iPad, and honestly I love it so much. I do love a good physical copy. So this is actually kind of a pretty stack. So I didn't really want to title this summer books, because I do have a couple summer books, but it's not all summer books. So we're gonna go in order, starting from my last wrap-up video down to what I'm currently reading right now. The first 3 books actually are all 3 library books, but the first book that I think actually even in that reading wrap-up book I mentioned that, or maybe I had already finished it. No, I think I was in the middle of it. If not, maybe it's a repeat, whatever. Love Wager. I read Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and I gave this book a 4 stars, and I think that still stands. It was really cute. It was super cute, actually. It was a very easy read. Not very much spice at all. It was kind of like one of those books where it hints at spice, but it's nothing detailed at all. It was my first book that I read by Lynn Painter. I really enjoyed it. I had a couple tears at the end. I think I'm just a little dramatic because it's not a sad book. And the book is about, I don't remember their names. I don't remember the main characters' names at all. Hallie and Jack. Yes, Hallie and Jack. So basically, I don't want to spoil it. They're both trying to find love. They're getting on these dating apps and it's not going very well for them. So basically they start this wager that they're going to help each other find dates. We're going to go on these dates with each other. We're going to talk about it, hash it out, discuss what went well, what went wrong, and then we're going to meet for tacos afterwards. If you can hint how a nice little cutesy rom-com type of book would go from that storyline, you're probably right. It's a really cute book, super easy read. I really enjoyed it. And then the next book that I read after I finished Love Wager was Carrie Soto is Back. It was another library book, like I said. This book was a 4.5. I put 4. I think I'll go with 4. It got kind of slow toward the end. I didn't necessarily love the ending of the book, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a really good book, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would, honestly. Basically follow Carrie Soto and in her youth, because she's been playing tennis since she was super young. Her dad has coached her all her life, and basically she won all these titles when she was younger, and of course as she's getting older there is younger players that are coming in and threatening she's gonna lose her titles, basically. And so she decides to make this big comeback, and she's like,
y'all little girls are not taking my title.
A lot of people don't believe in her, and she's she's an unlikable main character, if you will. She says what she means. She's not afraid to hurt somebody's feelings, and she's gonna do whatever it takes to get what she wants. And that's very heavily portrayed throughout the book, and I think I really enjoyed that she was such a strong female main character. And so basically you're just following her as she's going through all the different big tennis matches. Wimbledon, the US Open, the Australian Open, or is that Wimbledon or Wimbledon? No, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know nothing about tennis for real, but it's just a really good book. You get some of her family background. There's a little tiny bit of romance in there. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, 4 stars. Carrie Soto is Back is written by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's actually my first Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and I'm not gonna lie, even though I did really enjoy the book, I'm not really that intrigued to read any of her other books. If you think I should, if you think I'm making a mistake, let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, the next book, but the last library book that I got, is The Last Post by Renee Carlino. I was at the library and I really wanted to read Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino, but they didn't have it. They had The Last Post. It looked interesting. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I just went on a really big roller coaster with this book. I loved it and then I hated it, and then I loved it and then I hated it again, and then I guess I loved it toward the end. I don't know. The male character was not likable to me. Okay, so you have Laya, Cameron, and Micah. Cameron is Laya's husband. Well, in the book, he's really only alive for a couple chapters. That's not a spoiler. They do say on the blurb on the back that she witnesses her husband's tragic death, and he gets in a super tragic accident, and she's having a really hard time grieving. She is still going on about her life as if he's still alive, and it's years later, And she ends up going into her father's office, and she meets this guy named Micah. And Micah is basically trying to be somewhat like her guardian angel. You just kind of follow their journey of that. Micah's trying to help Laya grieve, and Laya's just like telling everybody,
let me grieve, damn it.
Some of the stuff that Micah did was really cringy, and then some of the stuff he did, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of sweet. Like I said, 3 stars. It was fine. I do want to read Before We Were Strangers still, so she's a good writer in my opinion. The next book that I read, which I have physical, if you had been with me, hot take, unpopular opinion, this book is ass. I hated this. This was awful. Okay, one thing I am gonna say though, it was one of those, I was reading it and I could not stop. But I could not stop because I was like, this can't be what everybody was raving about. Like, I was reading it so fast because I had to get to the end. I don't even want to say I read it fast. It literally took me like a month to read this. But it was one of those, it took me forever. Autumn is immature as fuck in my opinion. This is a young adult book, so I guess you can kind of expect it. But I don't know. Autumn rubs me the wrong way. I don't really understand it. The ending, I just don't understand. I'm definitely still gonna read Finn's point of view. I think Finn's point of view will be a lot better than Autumn's point of view. So this is about Autumn and Finn, and basically when they were younger, they were best friends. Their moms know each other, their moms are really close, so when they were younger, they were also best friends. But as they get older, they're in high school, they have different friend groups, they go in different crowds. Grow apart as they get older, they run in different circles, and Autumn's basically
It's like, yeah, me and Finny are just so different. We just really don't get along at all.
and they literally, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. 2 stars. That book leaves me speechless and not in a good way. Next, I read No Exit by Taylor Adams. I did only rate this a 3.5, but I had a good time reading it. I actually watched the movie on Hulu. It was pretty good in my opinion. Doesn't follow the book very well, but it's kind of like the same gist. For the beginning parts, I liked the movie better. For the ending parts, I liked the book better. The book just explained what happened at the end a lot better. But this book is about, I don't remember her name. Darby. Yeah, Darby's not likable to me either. I feel like it could have been better if I kind of liked Darby a little bit. I don't. It's basically about this girl. She's on her way home from college. Her mother is sick and she is trying to get to the hospital, but there is this huge snowstorm that happens and she has to stop, of course, because the roads are closed. And the rest stop that she stops at, after a little while, she sees a little girl in a dog crate in the back of this car, and now she's at this rest stop with 4 other adults, and she's like, which one of y'all owns the car that has the little girl in the back of it? But of course she can't say that, so she just kind of spends the whole time like trying to figure out who it is. And it's a journey. I do like the way that this book is set up. I wonder if all his books are like this, honestly. Like the chapters, it's not like an actual number, it starts with the time. So like that's how each chapter begins. It just is an update on what time it is. And so I really enjoyed that. I feel like that helped me personally get even more immersed into the book. No Exit by Taylor Adams. Did really enjoy that. I forgot to say, If You Had Been With Me is by Laura Nolan. I'm sure everybody and their mother knows that. Next, I read On Rotation by Charlene Obuobui. I think this is a debut novel. I did not enjoy it though. I'm sorry, girl, I didn't. After a while, I read like, oh, if you love Grey's Anatomy and 7 Days in June, you'll love this book. I did not like this book. I gave it a 2.5. I don't know. I just was let down. I had really big high expectations for it. It is set in Chicago though, so I really did enjoy that. Basically, this is about, what's her name? Angie. I think she's like in her mid-20s, maybe 30s. But basically, she's just like having a hard time finding love. Like her friends are having boyfriends and girlfriends, and she's trying to do well in her medical career, and some places are a little rocky. She's a Ghanaian American, so her parents are really strict and they have really big high expectations for her. And she ends up meeting this guy named Ricardo. Ricky. I remember a name. I think it's because I really did like Ricky. I enjoyed Ricky thoroughly. Ricky saved this book for me. She meets Ricky, and you just kind of basically go through her journey with this man and also her journey juggling her medical career. And then I feel like it's like a coming of age type story, like it's a big character development in this. A lot of footnotes in this book, and I think the main thing that bothered me is, so it's a black woman on the cover, right? A dark-skinned woman at that, and it's written by a black woman. Why do we have footnotes explaining things like a big chop and things? Maybe I'm just dense and I feel like all black women in 2023 know what a big chop is. Or like, I don't know, there was just like so many things. I was like, why do we need a footnote on this? This is a book about black people, written by a black person for black people, but you're explaining very black things in footnotes. I think that's the main thing that rubbed me the wrong way with this book. It felt like she was trying to cater to everybody but us in her writing. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I don't know. So 2.5 stars on rotation. The next book that I read, Not So Perfect Strangers by L.S. Stratton. And this is actually the first book that I ever annotated. I don't really know what made me decide to annotate this book, but I'm really glad I did. And I had a great time doing it. So these are the annotations that I did. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4.5. I think the main reason I didn't give it a 5, I feel like for me with a 5, there has to be like no complaints on the book for me to give it a 5 star. I really did like this book though. This book is about Tasha and Madison. Oh, it's all coming back to me. This honestly, this kind of reminds me of some Frida McFadden books a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So I enjoyed this book so much and was hooked before I was even 100 pages in. I think what I love the most is how completely different both characters were, even though they were working toward the same goal. A lot of drama, lies, and deceit, and this book kept me on my toes until the very end. Not quite a 5 star for me though, because the last chapter fell a little short for me. So I probably just felt like it was really rushed. I did really enjoy this one. I definitely recommend this book. You guys should read it if you have not. I really enjoyed it. Okay. Let me go ahead and cut the camera for this real quick. I have to do a whole fresh new take for this, y'all. My first 5 star, my only 5 stars so far since I've been reading again. Y'all. This freaking book, y'all. This book. I will take no slander. There's nothing wrong with this book. And if you tell me that there's something wrong with it, you're lying. Oh, I love this book. I annotated this one quite heavily as well. These are my annotations. Oh, I love this book. Like, just the more I read, I love this book. I love this book. It's about Eva and Shane. When they were young Delaverks, basically, they met each other and they spent like, I really think it was like a weekend together. And then they never see each other again. You figure out why in the book. And that's really heartbreaking. It tore my, literally ripped my heart out of my chest, ripped it up into pieces and threw it in the trash. They never saw each other again, but they're both authors and they've secretly been writing to each other between their books for like almost 2 decades, bro. And it's like they point it out in the book so many times and it's just, oh, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. I love this book. And Eva's daughter, amazing character in herself. Like, not the child is one of my favorite characters too. I love this book, y'all. I love everything about this book. If you have not read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, please do it. I did write that it was a little bit of a slow burn. How it goes is there will be, actually, I flipped to the perfect part because this is where it starts to speed up. So what page is that? So we'll do chapter 13, page 139, the Wednesday title page. Because it's 7 days. They literally go through each 7 days. I think I really like stuff like that. Because like I said, No Exit did that. And I liked it in this book doing it too. Anyway, 7 Days in June. 5 stars. 5 stars. 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10. This book of 2023. Loved this so much. Loved every single thing about this. Beautiful masterpiece. Tia Williams did her big one. So the next 3 books, last 3 books pretty much, are books I read on Kindle Unlimited. So first I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I gave that one a 3.5. It was my first Frida McFadden book. In my notes I even said it won't be my last. I did not expect the twist at all. I loved the twist though. It was really good to me. But I wrote, I hate how much it seemed like the story was drug out just for all the action and everything getting solved and fixed to be in the last 20 pages. So I mean the book's only like 250 pages anyways. But it's like everything was just so drawn out. Just for everything to hurry up and get, and like fix. I guess maybe that's how thrillers work anyways, but I don't know. I would like as much detail about the solution that we had as the foreshadowing. Like, I think that's why I only gave it a 3.5 because even though I did enjoy the book, I hated how quickly it seemed that it ended. Next, I read Credence. I gave it 3 stars. I don't have nothing to say. I don't know. Read it if you want to. It's really freaking spicy. There's a lot of incest. I'm like ashamed, honestly, to say that I read that book. But yeah, that was a journey. I don't regret reading it, but yeah. And then I read The Housemaid's Secret. This one actually got a 4 stars for me. Millie Bitch is back. She's back again and better than ever. She got her life a little bit established now. She helping women now. She got her little boyfriend. And what do you know? She gets wrapped up in another sketchy situation with some real rich people in a real bougie house. And the twist in this, I really did not expect. Like, I did, but I didn't. And then I did, and then I didn't. Enjoyed it though. I said, like this one more than the first, still feels like there's a bunch of story building for 20 pages of action, but I literally read this in 2 days. Yeah. I went to work, started it at work, came home, slept, and then finished it at work the next night. So does that even count as 2 days? Not really in my opinion, but whatever. But it was, once again, all the action happened in like 20 pages. And in this one, it wasn't so much as like this problem was fixed. It just kind of went away. So that was even kind of worse. But I gave this one higher than the first one because there was more action. It wasn't just a one plot twist. It kind of was like 2 plot twists in one, and then like another plot twist, and then another. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Oh, and I didn't say Credence is by Penelope Douglas, and The Housemaid duology right now is by Frida McFadden. And I think there's a 3rd one coming out of the Housemaid series, so that's exciting. And then this one I just read 2 days ago. Actually no, so not last night, I read it 2 nights ago at work. It's literally 64 pages, a little 64-page novella. I wanted to read it to reach my reading goal for the month, like my personal reading goal, but I read Take a Chance by Maiko May. It was short, it was sweet, a little bit cringy, but I mean it was 64 pages, and there actually is like a nice little bit of spice. It's a little descriptive. Like, not bad, because obviously it's only 64 pages, but we get some detail in there. And I think that one is also a debut novel, so I think she did well for her first time. I read Take a Chance, and then for what I am currently reading right now, I mean, I bought it and then instantly started it. I don't know. I saw it on Shaughnessy's page and just, I don't know, a lot of her recommendations I just instantly end up reading. Like Take a Chance I got from her as well. So yeah, I got One Summer in Savannah by Tara Shelton Harris, and I am on page 142. I think it's about like 31% in. I'm enjoying it, but it's another one of those situations, almost, I mean, even like 7 Days in June and Not So Perfect Strangers, where it's just the mom is just, there's been trauma in the past, and so the mom is just like so in this tight grip of, you're not getting let out of my sight. And it's a little overbearing, but it's basically about Sarah. She was assaulted, and she ended up becoming pregnant, and she keeps the baby. Her perpetrator does end up going to jail. He gets sentenced to like 10 years, but Sarah's father ends up getting sick, and so she has to go back to Savannah, Georgia, where she is from, where all of this happened. And she basically is like trying to face the demons of being in Savannah, and even though her father is sick, she like does not want to stay. She is like, I'm ready to go, like I cannot be here right now. I've heard that it's really big on forgiveness, and so that is a big lesson I'm trying to learn right now. Even on the back it says, can you ever truly forgive if you can't forget? So I am excited to go ahead and read this one. It's a little bit hefty. I think maybe that's why I'm a little hesitant. Just a little over 400 pages, but yeah, it's cute so far. I am enjoying it. It's very floppy, so I love that. But yeah, that's all of my recent reads since May. Thanks for spending the morning with me, y'all. Thanks for sitting here and chatting and talking about books with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And let me know what is on your August TBR, and let me know your favorite reads from the last few months down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you head out. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.
It's really you on my mind. It's really you on my mind. It's really you. It's really you.